Hello and welcome to Blue Harvest 2. I recently released a video about the history of Morley, but then I found this, the Heritage Trail. A couple of things may overlap that video, but it's more information about the history of Morley and really more of a look of the buildings around Morley. So get yourself a cup of coffee, sit back and join me on the Heritage Trail for Morley. So number one on the map is the Town Hall. We all know about the Town Hall. It was built in a classical style. The frontage is portraying columns associated with ancient Greece. The design and construction was financed by Morley Town Council. Today it provides city and town council services and is increasingly being used for community events. The first wedding took place in the building in May 2007. The building itself and the cobbled road to the side has been used on many of TV and film location. So here we have the bell tower and the clock face. Not a really good day today. Luckily I got the drone up early before it did start raining, but I wanted to take a quick look at the bell tower. It's not really something you get up close, and the architecture of the Greek style pillars. Carrying on round the building, we're coming up to the cobble road that I mentioned earlier. That has been used in Heartbeat and Emmerdale and things like that. There we go. Here is the first stone laid by Alderman Thomas Clough. There it is. Those are the cobbles. You may have seen those on Emmerdale. It has been used as a courthouse on plenty of occasions, and Heartbeat especially, as it's a period thing and the cobbles fit right in. So we're going on to number two now. We're going on to Morley Library, another fantastic architectural structure, and like the Town Hall, the library was founded by the Town Council and purposely built to a classic design. The stonework is absolutely fantastic. And again, we're going to go up to the first stone. He's worshipped the Mayor of Morley, Councillor William Middlebrook. So there we go. Number three is just across the road. This is St Mary's Church Sunday School. It was built in 1898 on the site of the old chapel parsonage, and during World War II it was used as an ARP, Air Raid Patrol Station. Today a part houses a preparatory school for local children. It is used as a place of worship and for various social functions. Some old stonework there. Again, very, very nice architecture. Usually it's not being sandblasted like so many of the other buildings. Now this building at the side is not on the map, but I just thought it might have been of interest. It looked like it could have been an annex at one point. So we're going to go further down now. And we're going to go to number 4, which is St Mary Church in the Wood. Some lovely old buildings. I filmed quite a bit more stuff of just of the buildings and just how really nice this village of Morley is, this town. It's just amazing that some of the old architecture is still standing. It's just really nice to walk around. So these, look, you can see the stonework there. It's just absolutely fantastic. And there's the old sign still standing. You can't read anything on it. And there's the gates all bolted in there. The steps leading up. And there it is. There's the church that we're going to look at. You can't see it because of the trees, obviously. We're going to go around the other side. We're going to walk right around it. And we're going to have a good look at it. So there were little houses like that, just absolutely astounding. The little road, just walking around this little road, and there's some flats in there. There's lots of people living there. Just you don't realise how big Morley actually is. And I just called it a village, and it's not a village. It's a little town. So there it is. You got a glimpse of it there. Might be quite eerie for the people living in those flats, but I don't know, because it is really, really nice. And it's just a shame. You'll see when I fly over it. It's just a real shame that it's nothing's been done with it, and it's just a ruin. So we're going to fly over it now. And I mean, the graveyard is still there. I'm going to let you watch and taking it all in. I'm going to keep a bit quiet now. This church site was recorded in a Domesday Book in 1086. However, the most significant part of the history occurred after the Civil War, when Cromwell's Puritans held power in Britain. On 25th of September 1650, worship changed from Church of England to Congregational. Following restoration by the Stuarts in 1660, St Mary's remained the only church in England and Wales not to be restored back to the Church of England. On the right hand side of the church slide is a mausoleum which contains the bodies of the Scatcherd family. And we talked about the Scatcherd family in the last video, and we can touch upon it later on in this video, but it's maybe a video for the future. So there we are, looking out over Morley. A wonderful sight. So we're heading towards the number. Well, what we're going to do is we're going to bypass number 5. We're going to go to number 6 because I think they got the numbers wrong way around. But we're going to go down to Morley railway station now. So it's number 6 before number 5. Don't worry, we'll go back to number 5. But I just found these stairs. These stairs are amazing. I don't know if these must be the original stairs down into the station. There is another way into the station down Station Road, but I prefer these steps. These steps are amazing. Look at these must be the railway steps, because that's a railway style brick, or stone should I say. Absolutely fantastic. There it is. There's the station. Now the town's only railway station. This was formerly known as Morley Low Station. The top station was situated on what we know is a Chartist Way. We know very, very well on that. I've done a couple of videos on that one. The station was opened in 1848 when a 3-mile tunnel that goes underneath the town centre was completed. This link with the Batley gave Morley access to the west of the Pennines. You know, this is the first time I've been onto Morley Station. I've been through Morley Station quite a number of times, but I've never been down into Morley Station. So what I'm going to do is we're going to go onto the station, and I'm going to not narrate it. You're just going to watch and see the sights of a working railway station and the Morley Tunnel. You're going to see Morley Tunnel, so get ready. So how cool was that? That was really good timing. I literally turned up there when the train arrived. Honestly, I didn't wait. I just filmed this. I just saw these little lights in the tunnel, and the train came. So right, let's get back on track. Back on track? No? Okay. We're going back to number 5. We're going to Crank Mill. Yes, I know. You're thinking it's very apt. I know. So this is the first steam-powered mill in Yorkshire. It follows the line of the Bilberry Bank, originally being called Bank Mill. It was built to supplement the domestic woolen trade, perpetuating wool for weaving, the Webster family playing a key role along with Lord Dartmouth in its construction. So you can see it's actually still in use. They are making furniture in there, which is pretty cool. I'm glad it's still in use. That's what I want for all these old buildings. I want them to be used. Seems to be a bit of fire damage, but it's still, yes, like I say, it's really nice to see it being used. So there we go. This is Station Road, leading down to the station, obviously. And this map that I've been leading, it was I did go on a couple of wild goose chases, especially on the next one. We're leading up to the next one. These are the steps from Station Road up to New Bank Street. Very nice, the really nice steps. I mean, what can I say about steps? Very old, still in use. There was another one further down that was just overgrown, so it's just nice to see something like this. So yes, number 7 is the Chapel Hill on Old Burial Ground, which had quite a bit of trouble. I don't know if I actually found it. There's nothing there, I don't think. But I'll just show you what I did see. I did find Chapel Hill. So this is the Old Burial Ground. I do think. The name is taken from the Old Burial Ground, which is clearly visible, apparently. The last interment was in 1835, and in 1760 the chapel rented the land as a rate of 1 shilling a year from Lord Dartmouth. Lord Dartmouth again. I'll probably need to do a video on Lord Dartmouth as well. But it does seem to be quite a bit of wall there that would be maybe a part of the chapel. I don't know. It says it's clearly visible. I mean, there's like posts there, so who knows? But this is Chapel Hill, and as you will come up to the sign, there we go. So yeah, I did I did go up and down this. I went down instead of turning to the right. But I did eventually get back to where I want to go, and we found number 8, Croft House. This is the birthplace of Herbert Henry Asquith, who lived in Morley until the age of 5, eventually becoming the first Yorkshire-born Prime Minister, and later working with Winston Churchill and Lloyd George. He pushed through reforms that laid the foundation of the welfare state. Here we're walking on Church Street, which was formerly known as Windmill Hill Lane. A windmill stood on adjacent land behind Croft House. So next we're bypassing 10 for now. We're going straight to number 11, which is a very interesting building. I go past it quite often, never been in the pub, but it's Nelson Arms. Morley's first magistrate court was held in this public house when Watson Scratchard, the local squire, administered justice while sitting in the old Jacobean chair that is now in the mayor's parlour of the Morley Town Hall. How is that for history? And yes, I really need to go see that chair in the mayor's parlour. Over the road from the Nelson Arms is the St Peter's Parish Church, another fantastic church. So many really nice churches in this area. Built in 1830, With assistance from the government and Lord Dartmouth, again there we go, St Peter's reintroduced a place for Anglican worship after an absence of many years. Number 12, we have the Ingle housing estate. And you can see there's another stone, the first stone laid by Councillor W.L. Ingle, ex-mayor, chairman of the housing committee. This is the first corporation housing estate in Morley. Building commenced on the 20th of March 1920. So walking almost in a circle now, I got to the Morley Hall. It took me a while to find this, I will admit. This is another road I've never ever been down. Originally a lower part of Morley with a stream running through. Houses on the banks were liable to flooding. It's believed to have been the site of Manoah Bentley's house. I can't find a lot about Manoah Bentley. I've just found that he was a shoemaker. He was born in Morley in 1816, and the 1881 census says he was 65, married to Sarah Bentley, and had a daughter called Anne Bentley. So if anybody's got any information about Manoah Bentley, please let me know in the comments below. Apparently his house was the oldest in Morley. The stream was culverted and the hollow filled in, an area grassed by Morley Council in the 1960s. So this building here is number 14, Morley Hall. Now I couldn't get into there. I did go round the other side and did try to get in there, but there was a big dog, so I'm not going to go in there. When we get to the next stop, number 15, we will see a bit better. But Morley Hall was built in 1683 by the wealthy mill owner Thomas Dawson. In doing so, the family were clearly aspiring to the status of the Scratchards. So they said, I don't use this road, I've never used this road before, but there were quite a number of people going up and down, so there are a few people using it. Obviously there's people in the buildings as well, so it is a used road that I didn't know about. Again, I'm learning a lot as well as showing what is out there. So next up is number 15, Scrath Gardens. Now in my last video we went into Scratchard Park, and indeed it is the next stop on this little trail, but I didn't visit these gardens before, and they're absolutely beautiful. Adjoining Morley Hall is this park laid out on land given to the town by Sir Charles Scarth. It was presented at the same time as his gift of Morley Hall. So again, this is the first I've learned about Morley Hall. I don't know what it is, what's going on in there, but I'll find out. I'll do another video just on that. I think I need to research that and do that. Again, I am so glad I started doing these videos. I am learning so much that is around me. I hope you are enjoying watching them as much as I am enjoying doing them. So we're going to Scratchard Park now. Again, as I say, I've just done a video on this. Did a lot of history of that. You can go look at that one, but we'll just go quickly through a bit of the history. Directly adjacent to Scrath Gardens is Scratchard Park. They were opened in 1911 on behalf of the trustees of the late Oliver Scratchard. A war memorial stands in recognition of those who died for the country in combat. So moving up into the second part of Scratchard Park, which is something I didn't mention on the last video, which I didn't know about, I've just found out myself, is we're going to look at number 17, Hopkins Gardens. Now, it's Scratchard Park, but they are Hopkins Gardens. Formerly the site of the Morley House, a Georgian property demolished in 1935. This was the home of the Cratchit family for over 200 years. So again, this is something I didn't know in the last video, so I'm updating the videos as I go. So the Hopkins Gardens were actually in the grounds of Morley House, which is really interesting. As you can see, the weather is getting really bad. It started to rain. I didn't have my coat on, but hey, I do this for pleasure, as well as showing everybody the history of places. I love doing it, as I say. So we're going to go up to 18 now, Beryl Burton's Gardens. These gardens and the mural were paid for by the public subscription and laid out to commemorate the life of world champion cyclist Beryl Burton. Beryl was born in Armley but spent much of her life in the town, and she worked with Nim Carline, another cycling champion. Now I'll be honest here, I'd missed filming the mural. I was trying to rush, and with it being atrocious weather, turned into rain. I couldn't get the drone up obviously when it's raining, so I only used the drone a couple of times. So the last couple I did rush through. And there's number 19 at the Central Methodist Church. Built around 1860, this great two-listed building homes a Binns organ that was restored in 2007. The Sunday school on the Queen Street was sold and demolished in 1968, and a modern church hall built behind the chapel building. So I went and filmed this little statue. I don't know who this is. Again, if you do know, please leave it in the comments below. So finally we have number 20, the Groundwork Trust, based in Wesley Street Mills. This mill was owned by Sir Charles Scarfe, who was the wealthiest manufacturer in Morley. The mill ceased cloth production in 1934, and the building now houses a small history of Morley. And again, that is something else we'll go visit on another occasion. That's the Morley Heritage Trail, finishing off at the mills here. It's raining now. I'm going to go home, have a cup of coffee. Thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next video.